But Century Ply posted numbers just a short while back, and overall not looking too good over there. On the bottom line, they've seen a 20% fall. The top line has seen a meager single-digit growth. In the margins as well, they've now shaved off and come in just sub that 13% mark. Keshav Bhajanka, the ED of the company, now joins in with more details. Mr. Bhajanka, good afternoon, sir. Before we analyze your numbers, just wanted a few more details. Can you tell us what has been the volume growth this time around?
Okay, the volume growth in the plywood segment has been close to 10%, slightly higher than 10% in fact. When it comes to the laminate segment, the volume growth has been slightly subdued because of certain production constraints and the fact that GST has been reduced. So GST has come in at about 18% because there is a 23-24% net tax impact earlier. So there was a bit of restocking in the channel, which we will see a recovery in Q2.
So have you started the restocking already?
Yes. The month of July has been very good, and we have seen a substantial growth in sales volume.
Okay, Mr. Bhajanka, if you could just take a moment away. The Marico numbers are flashing for you on your screen. On the bottom line, a little bit of a miss compared to expectations. The company has delivered 236 crore by way of a bottom line versus estimates.
So we have a lot of qualitative data which is actually coming in from the management of Marico, so we're going to keep flashing that in. But we do have Mr. Keshav Bhajanka, the ED of Century Ply, joining in to discuss the numbers. Keshav, hi, thank you very much for joining in this afternoon. It seems as though the dip has really come in into the margins this quarter. What led to that?
You see, there are 2-3 factors that led to that. First, in our laminate division, the capacity utilization and total production has been lower. The reason for the same is that there were a few production problems we encountered in April and May, and destocking in the domestic market in the month of June. So we should see a steep recovery in that in Q2. In plywood, we've had certain increases in raw material costs. We have had increases in chemicals. We have had increases in space veneer and in core veneer. And we have decided not to pass these on to the market because it is a transient quarter where GST was just coming into play. As such, I think that we are going to withhold price increase in prices for this quarter as well. So margins are like
Keshav, therefore, can you give us a bit of guidance for the next quarter and quarters? That is the second quarter itself and the FY18 period as a whole. Should you maintain 13% as margins? Should we work with 15% as margins?
You see, margins are likely to be higher, but they are not likely to be substantially higher. We've also just commissioned our particle board plant about 9 months ago, and the interest and depreciation from that has been higher, as well as capacity utilization has been low, as it is a new venture. So we are going to look at high utilization in the coming quarters. So I think our overall EBITDA should rise, but I do not think it will rise to levels from the previous year.
And what about top line, Keshav? You have done 7.7%. And as you rightly pointed out, in plywood and things like that, there would have been big destocking. Do you see a dramatic rebound in second quarter, or in the remaining 3 quarters as a whole, will you make up for this first quarter shortfall?
Yeah, we are definitely looking at a substantial volume growth for current financial year, and we are looking at a higher volume growth in Q2. But Q3 and Q4 should see a substantial rise in volumes.
Can you substantiate that? Give us more numbers in terms of the volume?
Overall, for the year, the company's revenue growth should be in excess of 20%.
Okay.
20%, sorry?
20%.
20%, yes.
Okay. You did mention that you weren't able to pass on a price hike?
Yes.
So are you going to consider that in the coming quarters?
Maybe not in the immediate quarter, but from Q3 definitely. See, this is a transitional quarter again. We don't know the full implications of GST yet. So once we are certain about the same from the market, we are likely to pass on the price increase to the market.
Okay, just give me a few more details about the MDF plant. You said it has come on stream, did you? And if it has, what is the capacity utilization? What will be the ramp up by year end? And what does it do to revenues?
The particle board plant,
Plant. Okay.
When it comes to particle board plant, this quarter we should be looking at a far higher capacity utilization. With MDF, we have just had our trial production in the previous week itself, and we have been able to produce our first board on this Saturday. So I think the plant should start commercial production from the end of September or early October, and from then we should be at a high capacity utilization immediately.
So this between 13 and 15% margins which you appear to be guiding is taking into account the volumes and margins of the MDF plant as well?
No. The MDF plant is likely to have higher EBITDA margins, and this does not take into account the MDF margins.
Okay. How much capacity utilization will you be able to achieve in the MDF plant in the second half? Looks like it will come up in September, you said, right?
Yeah, October or September, maybe early October. So if we look at the last 6 months of the year, we should be at 80% plus capacity utilization within the MDF plant.
Okay. All right, Keshav, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So that's Century Ply. Well, some more guidance which is coming in from Marico, where the company